Next generation gaming is here.
Oh, nice.
Or so that's what they think
No,
or
no.
want you to think, really.
Mm-hmm.
And scalpers were really banking on you wanting one. Do you want a PS5 Pro?
I mean, if someone gave it to me, it'd be
Does someone
nice.
give it to
If
you?
someone gave it to me, it'd be nice.
No scalper is going to give you one.
No.
So, do you know how much a PS5 Pro normally costs from the
I know
beginning?
it's expensive. That's all I know.
It's expensive. Well, as we see here, it is expensive.
It is very
It is
expensive. It is
very
very,
expensive.
very expensive.
So, as we see here, the PS5 Pro was originally listed as $700.
So much money.
It is a lot of
So much
money.
money.
However, with many things, scalpers were trying to get their money's worth.
Probably try to sell it for 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
crazy.
basically, the takeaway is that scalpers are now getting taken to, I don't know, the laundromat getting washed because
Oh
they're
my
now having
God.
to sell them for a loss.
Okay.
And I mean,
That makes
boo hoo.
no. Yeah, no one here is
Nobody,
upset. No one here
nobody.
is upset.
If you're a scalper, yeah,
If you're a scalper, you're upset.
you're
Yeah, you
upset.
made the decision.
You purposely went out and bought all of the stock. I remember during the pandemic era, that was like all the PS5s were gone,
They were.
and it was just like so difficult to find a PS5. I never got one
I
because
think
like it's so
I
difficult.
think the recently released like retro PS5 with like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I think
this
the
one.
scalpers also bought all of
Yes,
them.
they did buy all of them,
Hmm.
but it's
Yeah.
still not exactly selling too great. And
Okay.
we'll continue talking about this discussion in a second after you consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button. We come on interesting topics like this one all the time, so make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. I would not pay extra for this. I
No,
did not
no,
pay extra during 2020, and I will not pay extra like everybody else apparently for
no,
this one
no.
because um
I will tell you that the 2020, it's like they most like everyone had a supply chain issue.
yeah, supply chain issue, but I
Hmm.
think also like there's a higher demand, I think, for a new console. It's like
Yeah,
new console, people were inside more
people were getting
often.
extra money.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
People did have the stimulus checks. At least if you were in the U.S., they got stimulus checks. I feel like yeah, they were buying
buying
potentially
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. One other thing is that to keep in mind is that the PS5 Pro wasn't that like I think the lukewarm
Reception.
reception to it is like twofold. One, the price is already very expensive.
Yeah, that's a very big thing.
$700, very pricey.
Hmm.
And two, the ability of the PS5 Pro is not as like crazy when compared to PS5 because like I was seeing different articles because I was looking into it, like, oh, maybe that'd be kind of cool to have, and you
Yeah.
know, like they were talking, hyping it up a lot. But it seems like it's maybe like 3, 4 FPS frames per second increase. So it's not that crazy of an increase compared to if you already have a PS5.
I
Maybe if you didn't have a
I don't
PS5, yeah.
if it could still play the same games as
Yeah.
or I mean if there's no new titles that are going to come to it exclusively, then I feel like there's not much of a reason to buy it because like why would you upgrade? Why would you upgrade your PS5 that works perfectly fine for another one?
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
like we're saying right here, they're originally we're talking about 67% faster compute or more compute units and 28% faster RAM. So I mean, supposedly it'd just be significantly better, but it doesn't seem to be adding up to that. I think
Yeah.
people were
Ex-
expecting it for to perform better with the release of GTA 6
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that
because
makes
they're like,
sense.
oh, the best experience to play GTA 6 is going to be probably on PS5 Pro if you're a console player.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's
It can't be
I,
that much better, you know?
yeah, it's $700.
Yeah,
That's my whole thing. It's just so
it
expensive.
is very expensive, and I mean,
No one has in this economy.
Yeah, and people, the scalpers were trying to get more money. I mean, if it was like last time where people
Oh, they was going
running
crazy.
out, they were
Yeah.
running out and like waiting in line to get the thing. But now you're able to just apparently go to the store and pick one up.
Yeah, it makes it harder for like just to say this, it makes it harder for the scalpers. They have to sell it at a loss because if the stores still have inventory, I would people would much rather buy it from a store.
Hmm.
So if the stores are still carrying it, the scalpers aren't going to make any money, and the scalpers either if they can't return it, then they have to sell it at a loss, which is kind of crazy. Um, but at the same time, it's like there's not it's for them it's all going to be hard to sell it because it seems like if they're going to continue having these PS5s and they can't return it, then
Yeah,
they're pretty much stuck with it.
it's very true. I mean, um, if we're looking right here, so this is on eBay. We're looking through, and I mean, I don't know if I see. I mean, this is an auction, so I'm not sure if that's going to be exactly selling the same price. But I mean, PS5 Pro, 510, so 11 bids, not over. This one's like getting closer. It's not like $1,000. This is, you know, $760.
Yeah, that's also Sony
Oh,
authorized
with
seller.
yeah, plus and it has another controller too.
Yeah, so this
So
is an
that's not
actual like authorized seller though.
yeah, so I don't
So
think that's
they
exactly the case. I
but
mean,
if
here's this one. It like this one sold for in the end it sold for $770. That's
yeah.
10% increase on it.
Yeah, which also isn't bad.
But I mean, if you bought it in a place that has high taxes, after tax, like $700, it cost $700 originally.
mm-hmm.
So if you have to think about, um,
Where
if
they're
you
streaming from,
where are
yeah.
they gonna get like the extra money? So like, oh, like if you bought it from a place that doesn't have sales tax in the U.S., that did you make money on this sale,
Yeah.
$770? If you have like, because that's only 10% increase. So
Why
then
would you like my whole thing is like if you could pick it up in the store, why would you buy it off like eBay and why would you buy it off this? Maybe you live in a
maybe,
place
yeah.
that doesn't have any of these stores close by. And that's the only other
And
reason I
then I
could
feel
think
like
of. But then
the thing is that you could always have it shipped to you.
yeah, you could always have it shipped to you.
So I'm
Um,
not quite sure why, yeah, like you said, why would you do that? When
mhm.
you could just go do that. I mean, I just think that it's kind of them reading the market wrong in terms of the demand for this thing.
Yeah.
The thing is that a lot of people were very excited about it, but
Excitement die down.
once the specs kind of like once real world data came out about it, and I think like the price, I think really
Mm-hmm.
like if you already have a lot of people already have a PS5, and I don't think like it's such a great increase in terms like value proposition to get a PS5 Pro when you already have something that like
That's able to
do
do
the same
almost
thing.
every do almost everything. Yeah.
Yeah, why would you do
Yeah.
that?
It's I would not like first off the PS5s
Yeah.
have a lot of great titles that that are like exclusive.
Hmm.
But if this isn't going to come with anything exclusive, then I don't think a lot of people are going to buy it.
That yeah, that's only to. But the
Only,
thing is that
yeah.
if it's on PS5 Pro, it's
What
definitely gonna be on
but
PS5.
I think the only people who would probably buy or upgrade this are people who probably have had like their PS5 from the beginning and were like, "Oh, I need an upgrade." Or even then,
Yeah,
it's people who are first getting into it and they have the disposable income to be like, "Oh, I want to buy a
might as well just
PS5
get a
Pro."
PS5 Pro at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, that's what I think. Is just people. It's mostly if you have no PS. I think it's like if you have no PS5,
Mm.
then this would be the one to
Because
get.
it's not even like a limited edition one.
Yeah, the limited edition one was pretty cool, the gray one,
Yeah.
but those ones are still selling. Well, maybe not like I don't know about selling, but they're definitely being listed for pretty expensive. Um, but
Mm.
I mean, who's to know? The Microsoft has not like released their
Xbox?
spec, yeah, the new Xbox or the Switch 2.
Oh, Switch 2. Yeah.
That's the one I think people are most excited about.
They weren't excited for the Alarmo?
That's the Switch 2.
That's the Switch 2.
For those who don't know what the Alarmo is, Alarmo is the $100 like
Alarm
sleeping
clock, yeah.
alarm clock, and I'm like that's kind of a hard sell,
Yeah,
$100
it's
alarm clock.
crazy.
But let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that this is, I mean, I think it's a good thing that the supply chain has gotten good enough to where the scalpers couldn't buy up the entire supply to where um, regular people can't just go buy it.
Yeah.
And I think hopefully this dissuades people from going and trying to, well, obviously not. There's a way to make a buck,
People are gonna try it,
people are gonna
yeah.
try. But it is nice to have the point where consumers can just go say, oh, I want to go buy it, and then it's just there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.